a lot of respect for Tennessee and the atmosphere that was created here today. It was a great college football game. I'm really proud of our guys. We talked about coming in here to conquer this place, which is not easy to do. And when you do something like that, you have to make your own way. You have to absorb blows. I don't think I had any idea how many blows we would have to absorb, but we did, and we got a resilient group. I think that's a really good football team we just played. I don't think we played our best football, especially defensively. Give them a lot of credit. They made plays down the field. I got a lot of respect for the quarterback. But just some guys that you mentioned, Bo comes in off the bench and plays right tackle. Unbelievable. Gunner took some shots today and stood in there and made some big-time throws. I thought the offensive staff did an incredible job. That's a really good defense we just played, guys. And they outside of probably 2 drives in the second half where I felt like we stalled out, they did unbelievable. They kept them off balance, off tempo. Mike and them put a great plan together, a couple of special runs that we had not run that really helped us. So just all in all, great game. But you know, I feel almost like we have to apologize because I don't think that we should have won that game. I thought they outplayed us in a lot of ways. But that's the way it goes. And I've had one against them about 9 or 10 years ago that certainly went that way. So it comes and goes.
Kirby, what did Gunner show you?
Just resiliency, man. He's so tough. I mean, he takes shot after shot. You know, I thought he did a good job with the run game. I'm talking about his run game. It saved us on 3rd downs. Red area, he made a couple runs. That +1 run game can be big for us if he can protect himself. I thought he grew up. He grew up a lot. He stood in there, and the 4th down throw he made was really good. And protection was better. I still want him to trust the pocket and stay in there, but you know that's who he is. I think we're going to evolve with him where we can scramble and make some really big time plays, and he'll keep his eyes downfield when he scrambles.
The 4th down pass to London, what do you guys sort of see there pre-play, and then what does it say about Gunner that he's able to make that perfect of a throw?
Pre-play?
Yeah, before the play.
I have no idea. I don't know what they were in. We were just going to take a shot there. And we needed to score fast. We didn't need to keep milking time, and so I felt like they were defending the sticks, and we were trying to get a touchdown. And sometimes you get an advantage when people play the sticks, and we were willing to take a shot. And we didn't need to, because it was no guarantee that we were going to get the 2. So I was on the head cones the entire drive saying, hey, we need to score quickly because we may have to get the ball back. You can't assume it's a tie. The 2-point conversion was play the game because that actually gives us a chance.
You talked a lot about how young this team is. What does it tell you about this team today that they went on the road in a hostile environment and won a game that, like you said, maybe you feel like you maybe shouldn't have won?
Yeah, they grew up. I mean, look, defense for 2 weeks has heard about how good they are. They got punched in the face. I did think we played the run well early, and then we started having to make some adjustments to sacrifice some on the run to protect some guys. And the pass, we played them well. We didn't give up big plays. Today we didn't do that. And it's not all on the corners. We didn't have a guy in the middle of the field. There should be a guy in the middle of the field that can't throw that ball to the first one. We misjudged the ball. I mean, they're correctable things. It's a good thing, and we really weren't beat. We just misplayed it, and that's tough to swallow.
Kirby, in your experience, if you're going to have a special season, don't you have to win something like this where maybe you don't deserve to win, but you find a way on the road?
Yeah, most people you would say. I mean, I would prefer it not be this early in the season, but I mean, it doesn't get any easier from here. Look, our league, I don't know what's going on in college football today, but this league is tough. I mean, every Saturday, I think games are going to be like that. I told our team I would not be shocked at all. It's a 4th-quarter game that comes down to 1 possession, which it did.
Some more of Josh McCray tonight. Just how far has he come since maybe starting a little bit from behind? And what did you see from him?
So, a big man. He was the difference maker. We thought our advantage was our conditioning level. We felt like we were a better conditioned team. And I really thought there after the first drive, 2nd half, all right, here we go. We're getting ready to rock and roll and try to, but they bowed their neck. They got they were a playoff football team, and they stopped the run some and forced us to do different things. But Cray was great today. He was really instrumental. I told him in overtime, I said, guys, let's get this big guy going. And of course, Nate had the big run, and then he came in and he finished it off. He's a great compliment to what we have.
Can you speak to the accomplishment of winning 5 times in the one season, 9 times in the row?
Well, I lost a lot of times in a row as a player. I mean, it still sticks with me. I have a lot of memories, good and bad, of playing here. But 5 in a row is a lot. I mean, Nate back in Alabama is way more than that.
Kirby, I know you said that Gunnar grew up today, but where do you think this helped him in his confidence, especially in the passing game this time?
I think it's immense for him. And he's still, I mean, I want to judge him by watching the tape. There's plays in there that can be made, but he's got to settle down and have confidence. The best thing he's got is his legs. And he's got a good arm, but he's got to trust his legs and use them to extend plays, not just run. These guys are fast and all that. He tries to run the sideline, and he might only get 2 or 3 yards. Where if he runs north and south and sticks it up in there, he's going to find some honey holes in that pocket. I think right now, when he steps back, it's hard to pass pro for a quarterback that goes back and does those things. He's growing up, he's getting better. I'll tell you what he did now. There was a lot of information Coach Bobo put on him. Check this, do this. They had a great plan, I felt like, put together. And a lot of it was check system for him. And this crowd was, he did a really good job. The first drive, guys, that was like clock up.
How did you try to keep the defense's confidence up, when they need to stop?
Oh, they didn't. That defense group in there, they ain't losing their confidence. One player may have a little doubt, but that group in there, they think they can stop anybody anytime. That's a fun group to be around. They knew it over. They thought they were going to block a field goal. I mean, they believe, and they're a confident group. Now, we got to play smarter, but look, that's a hard game to prep for. We worked the hell out of our guys to get ready for that game and probably overworked those guys. It came down to things that we did not execute. We got beat over top or didn't make a play. And it's frustrating because I thought we would play better defense.
What did you tell your team after the missed field goal, trying to compose them going into overtime?
I didn't say anything. I talked about red area defense. I talked about what breakdowns we had in the previous drives, and told Coach Bobo what works in the red area. Let's focus on what works. We're going to do a bunch of hoorah at that point. I think the biggest thing is we got to play defense first, and we got to stop, which was huge. Put that kicker right back out there after that kick, which he drew on. And then I thought Mike and the offensive staff came up with an awesome play that we got. We put a play in that we thought was going to really help us, and it plays off of other plays. And that run they had was a designed scheme run that we got from some NFL teams that really helped Nate's run.
Y'all ran for, I think, almost 200 yards. What does that mean to you as a coach after the offseason emphasis on running the ball and stopping the run too, but to see what the offensive line of the run game did?
Well, that's who we are. Like, if we're gonna be good this year, we're gonna have to run the ball. We're not gonna drop back 35, 40 times a game. We're gonna and be a drop back pass team. We can't play behind in games. We can't do that. We have to be a play action, run, let our quarterback make some design runs, which he did. I mean, we worked to perfection other than the fact that we couldn't stop him defensively.
At the same time, he did stand back there on some dropbacks and hit, and you all did make a point of throwing vertical. Is this kind of confirmation of what you talked about last week about you've seen it in practice?
Well, it was much like that, yeah. And I thought that they didn't play us like those other teams did. They weren't soft in coverage. They got better rushers. They grabbed us a lot. I thought the officials ended up calling some holds, but we kept feeling like we're running by them and they're grabbing us, and we weren't getting to hit some of our shots. But I thought the wideouts played extremely hard, played really well, and Gunnar made some plays. We probably missed some too.
Do you think you can see the Tennessee team again later in the season?
You just never know in this league, right? I mean, the schedules both of us got are so hard, and who knows what can happen in this league. There's a lot of really good teams in this league, so it's going to be about who can avoid injuries, which they're down some guys. We're down guys. Like we got Ernest could finish the second half, and then we had to go to our third, fourth tackle. And it's just crazy the depth levels that I think are going to be all over college football, but especially the SEC. And then throw 9 games in a couple of years, we're really going to have a hard time having it.
You mentioned that about right tackle. Bo came in there kind of, I think, in the fourth quarter, and it seemed like pass protection maybe got a little bit better. I just wanted to see if you had any thoughts on the way Bo played.
Yeah, I didn't know they made a change. Stacy told me in the headphones he thought that Bo was going to play better. He thought he would finish stronger than he was getting a little bit sloppy and a bit tired. And, I think we're going to have to find a rhythm of playing guys. It was hot today. We were worried about conditioning level. We practiced hard this week, and you got to be careful. We don't leave it in the practice field. Some of those guys got tired.
How about the catch from UBS? Have you seen it?
Right. So he like caught it over his shoulder, kind of. I thought the catch he made on the wheel route on the sideline was even harder, where he reached out and got it, but it felt like he faded back into that ball and called it. I couldn't tell from where I was if it was bobbled or not, but you're talking about a huge play. Wow.
It was emotional after the game. I mean, he was in tears. Just what to say about him that he was able to do this for the team and step in like he did.
I mean, guys, I I've never met a kid as nice as him. I mean, he is just the most polite, best kid. I mean, he had the fumble last week, and he came over to me in the fourth quarter. He was like, Coach, why didn't you like yell at me or cuss me out? And I was like, well, you're just too nice. I couldn't do it. I know that he plays so hard with special teams. He's from the state. You know, he's playing at Vandy. I mean, you ought to hear him. He's just so intelligent and so hardworking that it could not have happened to a better guy.
We asked you about Glover last week, but making your first start in this environment where you're trying to get off the ball and go silent count or whatever you guys were doing, talk about
Like
it.
Gunner?
Like Glover, Don Trump.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez, a freshman guard coming in here and playing?
Yeah.
I mean, incredible. I don't know how he played. They were saying one of the runs that we thought we should have scored on, we kept having to kick field goals in the red area. One of them, they had a run through, they said was his. But, I mean, he didn't come in here. This guy shows up. And he played on a great high school program, well coached, really well coached offensive line, and walks in and just starts playing. He's natural, picking things up. I mean, where would we be without him right now? He has been a blessing for us. We got to get Warren happy too.
Janelle with the pick on several other plays. What did you see from him?
Well, some good and bad. You know, he missed a couple tackles there. He had man-to-man late in the game. It was third down. If we stop him, we get the ball back. And, Jonell works really hard. That game was a little anxiety for him because he doesn't like tempo, having to get lined up, thinking and changing the calls. He gets frustrated with that. And he didn't get to play against him last year. We moved Dan Jackson down there, and he played well. I was really happy he got the pick.
Kirby, you talked about naysayers in the post-game interview on the broadcast. What kind of message does a win like this send?
Well, I think we know who we are. You know, I mean, I don't mean this directed at Tennessee, but I told our players, it's like, there's a lot of whistling by the graveyard. You know, a lot of people don't know what that saying means. There's a lot of whistling by the graveyard. That ain't who we are. So I'm not saying, I don't think Tennessee is. They're physical and they're tough. But there's a lot of outside whistling by the graveyard. You know, a little bit of acting like one thing, but we feel like our team is a certain identity. We're not going to go down without a fight. We're nowhere near where we need to be. We're a long way from getting there. But boy, we got some kids that aren't afraid to fight.
When you have a team that's this young, what can a win like this, especially on the road, do for affirmation or belief in the process, whatever, you know, going forward into the schedule that y'all have? It
gives you confidence on the road. But look, guys, we're going to be back at home against a really good team. We're going to be on the road against really good teams. I mean, it can be good and bad. It's how you take that medicine. And I'm going to make sure they take it the right way and that we get better from it. We have to improve, and that's the goal. We want to be on an elevated trajectory, not flat.
Time for one more. Anybody?
What'd you learn about your team today?
We talked about it, right? I mean, they never say die. I mean, we told them coming in it was going to be blow by blow. How many could we take? Could we sustain? And could we keep throwing back? And we did, but we also cut it way too close. So we got a chance to put somebody away, which I thought we did. We got to do it.
Thank you, Coach. We'll have